Hey everybody, it's Kyle here. Welcome back to another video. In this week's video, I kind of want to talk about the end of physical therapy. Woohoo! I made it. How I'm feeling about it, and my advice to anyone who's entering physical therapy, still going, you know, just kind of how I feel. Um, but yes, I'm officially done. I have worked 4.5 months, and I was not expecting to be done in 4.5 months at all. And, I guess when I went in the state that I was in, my mindset was this is going to be a years long process or more. Uh, I really didn't know how much damage I had really done over the last 8 years. So I was kind of preparing myself to be in it for the long haul. Now, let's make no mistake, 4.5 months was still a long time, and it was hard. Every therapy session, every at home workout was hard. Uh, it's been a challenge to make this video over the last couple of days, but I'm glad I'm making it now because I heard this quote: nothing is easy to the unwilling. And that's to say that you have to be willing to trust your physical therapist and the process that it's going to take to get you where you need to be. If you have goals that you set at the beginning of your therapy, you know, they know how to get you there, what exercises to do, how many times to do them, how many reps, how often, how many times a day. I had an at home exercise program 7 days a week. It adjusted as I got stronger and I improved, but if it wasn't for me doing those exercises, you know, by the sheet that they were printed on, things would have never gotten easier. Things would have stayed difficult. I would have gotten down on myself, and I would have been wasting my time and potentially gotten kicked out if I wouldn't have been putting in the effort. I had a sign that said if they notice I'm not trying and not willing to be there, they will give my spot to somebody else. And that was not about to happen. I wanted to be pain free. That was my main goal. And then I realized, oh, I'm unstable. Oh, my back curves more than it should. Like, let's work on it. My hips are weak. There were so many things I didn't know I needed, but my therapist did. And, here I am 4 months later, standing up taller, more stable, in no pain, and just overall more confident in myself and the work that I put in. You know, you have to trust your physical therapist, and be willing not only to trust them, but to communicate your needs because, they would ask me, how's your at home exercises going? And, I would say, oh, this is hard. This is hard. This is more difficult than I think it should be. Here, let me watch you do that and see if it works. And there was a couple that weren't working properly because I wasn't in the right position to do them. So we changed them out. So don't be afraid to speak up when you think something is too difficult or too hard, or, you know, if they ask you, do you need some water? Do you need to sit down? Please tell them the truth. And if the answer is yes, be like, yes, I need a 2 minute break. Yes, I need some water. Because it will make things, especially, easier. I mean, you want the journey, it's already hard. Any way to make it a little bit more easy, you know, do that for yourself. Trust me. It's not over though. I'm here 4.5 months later, but now my at home exercise program just, you know, it just changes because now that's all I have. And on my last day, I asked, are there things I should continue to work on? Like, what do I need to continue to work on? I knew that there was still things to work on, but, I wanted to know for sure what exercises are staples that I should continue to do. And he said, just kind of do a mix of everything that we've done, you know? You don't have to do everything in the same day, but, you know, do some squats every other day, do bridges, mix it up, make it fun for yourself, and, just kind of cycle through. And now I have days where do certain exercises. I trade off, I make it a little less, monotonous. I change up the order and the exercises that I do that day just to keep it fresh, because I still have a lot of work to do. They got me to where I am, but if I want to stay there, I can't just stop now. The work really has only just begun. I just no longer need that, professional guidance. Which, at first I was really nervous about when I filmed last week's video. I was really nervous about how was I going to handle, leaving therapy and having that guidance all the time. Well, it turns out I'm handling it better than I thought I would. Uh, I do have the tools necessary. I know all the exercises we used to do, I have them on sheets of paper. Mix that up. I have an exercise bike. I have a treadmill. I have the Wii Fit. I have Just Dance. Like, I have the tools and I have the knowledge to use them. So I have no excuse to let myself fall back to a bad pattern. All I can do now is continue to work and continue to move forward. And, I'm excited because even though I no longer am considered in need of the professional guidance of a physical therapist, I still think I could reach some more goals. And, I'm still working on exactly what those goals are. Definitely being able to pick up my niece is still a very much long-term goal, but, and I was worried that I would want to give up the home exercise, really. Like, would I just fall out of whack because I no longer had somebody, watching to make sure I was doing them? Because if you don't do your at-home exercise program, your physical therapist will be able to tell. And no, over the last 4.5 months, exercise has just become a lifestyle choice. It's just part of my day naturally. It just is what it is. I stretch, as many times as I need to that day, because every day is a little different. Muscles are looser, tighter, but, I stretch every day, and I, again, go through variations of the home exercise routine that I've been doing and just adding and old stuff back in just to maintain. And, it's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. As long as you work at it while you're in therapy, and as long as you talk with your physical therapist about what your needs are, what's working and what isn't working. He set me up for success, and now I just have to work to continue that success. So, it's a surreal feeling, because my mom's like, anything going on this week? And I about said, physical therapy. And it's like, oh, nope, I don't have that anymore. Um, but I don't feel sad, which is something I'm surprised. I've just felt excited. Um, and I think it's, I think it's because my last appointment just felt like a regular, it was an eval appointment. It felt like a regular appointment to me, because that's what we had to do to like continue on. But to know that like I wasn't continuing on, it didn't really hit me till a couple days later. It felt like a normal session, so I didn't go into it feeling sad. So, maybe that's it. I wasn't in there as long as I thought either. I mean, Greg was wonderful, like, but, and we did bond. I feel like we bonded rather well over the last 4.5 months. But, I don't think I got nearly as attached had I worked with him for a year or more. But never give up. If you really want therapy to work, please, ask to have exercises. I even made more work for myself by getting an exercise ball because they said that that would be good for me. So I did. And then I got more exercises. But it's all in what you want to get out of physical therapy. How far do you want to go? How good do you want to feel? What are your goals? Be realistic with your goals. Be patient with yourself in how fast you reach those goals, and keep your expectations, you know, real. Physical therapy, a little bit of a camera issue there, but keep your expectations real and realistic, and know that physical therapy isn't going to fix all of your problems. It can get you to a 95, 98. It can get you really, really close to where you want to be, but it's not necessarily going to get you to 100%. So just remind yourself of that, as we're working, and, just believe in yourself, and, don't be afraid to ask questions and ask how you're doing, because, my physical therapist told me, hey, Kyle, you're not really doing as bad as you think you are. And that was a real confidence booster to me. So, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to struggle, because struggle is all part of the journey. Um, Again, your physical therapist will know what to do and how to get you where you need to be. They will adjust exercises, and you, but you have to be willing to work. You know, so I don't know. I just feel really good about where I am and where I think I'm going to go. So, you know, fingers crossed, I'm going to continue to update you on my fitness journey. It's no longer physical therapy, but definitely I'll keep you posted on my fitness journey. In next week's video, I'm thinking about showing you my at-home stretch routine, um, and then maybe even like what the exercises I do at home besides stretching, because I do them in combination, but I think I might separate them out. So if you'd like to see those videos, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, be sure to share it with a friend. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the bell and turn on all notifications. I post every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I will see you next time.